Well, you're very, very welcome into the programme again. It's myself, Malachi Cush, and as I've been telling you throughout the day, I'm delighted to say I'm joined on the line all the way from Dublin by one of the first ladies of Irish song, Mary Black. You're very, very welcome to the programme.
Thank you, Malachi.
I have to say, firstly, it's a personal honour for me to have you on the programme because I've been listening to your music and your beautiful voice for many, many years, since I was a young fella.
You were brainwashed from early on, you mean?
I was caught at an early age. In front
That's
of
good.
in front of the television. Well, I want to congratulate you first on 25 years, and of course on the release of your album 25 years. Now, it's a beautiful album, 25 songs for 25 years. It must seem like a blink since you first embarked on the music
Well,
scene.
that's exactly it. I mean, it's hard to believe that, that when you're busy and when there's so much going on, both in my personal life and in my career, it's just like suddenly you wake up and the kids are grown up, and it's been 25 years since the first solo album. It's just unbelievable how quickly.
You must look back and think you've embarked on so many different journeys, and I've worked with so many wonderful names down through the years as well. It must seem like I suppose when these things happen, you take them in your stride. But looking back, it maybe makes you go, oh wow, that was some journey.
Yeah, when you lump them all together in hindsight, you kind of say, wow, it is impressive. But as you say, as each different thing happened, like be it the first time the album did well in the charts, or before the first time I played in the Olympia, every single step along the way, that to me was amazing. And say getting to sing with Emmylou Harris and all that.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, you kind of, while I was really chuffed and everything at the time, but I just went with it, you know what I mean? And it's only when you sit back and think, gosh, that was great when that happened. And you've lots of memories to think back on, and especially people you admire, like Emmylou Harris and Van Morrison and Joan Baez. I wish I had sung with Joni Mitchell too, but I mean, let's not spoil me altogether. Joan Baez, that was a great one too. She invited me over to New York to sing on a live show she was recording for an album which was all female artists. And it was actually, she took the title track from the song we sang together, which was Ring Them Bells, a Bob Dylan song.
A beautiful
song.
And
she gave me the call out of the blue. I had never met her. I had no connection through record companies or anything. And she just liked what I did and wanted me to be on her album. And, those kind of things just blew me away. Because I remember Joan Baez from when I was, like yourself, very young. I used to listen to her recordings. She would have been one of the earlier people I would have bought albums of,
That's the thing about music, and it's the beauty about music. It's universal, and it travels continents, and you mightn't know that your music's been played in a certain area, but there it is. You get the phone call out of the dark, and how does that feel when you're sitting back as an artist?
Well, it's a lovely feeling, I mean, when I started out, I was in it for the love of it, I mean, I just was passionate about music, and while to say that I was or I wasn't ambitious, I don't think I even gave it much thought. All I wanted to do was sing, and just to find places to sing and people to listen to me. That was really the driving force. So for all, different, I mean, even to be playing in big theatres in Ireland to me was huge success. But to actually start playing in America and my albums to be available in America and that kind of thing is amazing. Sorry, my phone is ringing.
You're okay. That's the sign of a busy lady. Of course, when you talk about you've travelled the world with your music, but of course it began very much at home in the Black family home.
Oh yes, both my parents had, again, that great love of music. I mean, neither of them were professional musicians or anything like it, but my father came from Rathlin Island off the north coast of Antrim, and he played traditional music. He played a bit of fiddle and mandolin. And my mother then, in contrast, came from the heart of Dublin, the city, and loved to sing. Never was happier than when she was singing and in the middle of a good old sing-song and a session. She was like that to the very, very end. Between them, they passed on this great passion for music, which the five of us, luckily, we all have it. My three brothers are musicians, and two of them live in San Francisco, play a lot in around the Bay Area there. And Martin still sings and plays here in Dublin, and Frances, of course, how well she's done.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I can't help but mention back to a number of years ago. I couldn't tell you how many years ago, but it was a Late Late Show. And it was, I don't know if it was a tribute to the Black family, but I remember your mother being there in the audience, and Gay Byrne went down and gave her, the mic went down to her, and she sang a song. And I remember being so touched by it. And not only her pride, first off, at how well her children had done, but the enjoyment that she gave to use in singing her songs as well.
I know. She was a great woman, and she, you know, she like that. She was always so encouraging. You know, at a time when going into music for me, for example, was kind of, well, it was, you know, it wouldn't have been the most solid of professions, let's say, and she always was behind me. She wouldn't push me, but she'd always say, well, if it's what you really want to do, you have to go after it. And in a way, she saw my success. She would have loved to have been a singer, like a professional singer. She would have loved to have been up on the stage singing. I know she would.
Yeah.
And she was so happy then that I got that chance, you know.
And I'm sure you remember back to that day. She was quite unhappy singing her wee song that night.
She just, even when she got very old, and she lived till she was 87. She's gone now about 3 or 4 years. She even though she kind of, you know, her talking wouldn't have been so great because she'd had strokes and that kind of thing. But she never forgot the words of the songs. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, songs always stayed with her right to the end, you know.
It shows you that the passion that was there for it. Well, talking about one of the songs that that you sing that I'm personally passionate about, and I know we get a lot of requests for it here in the programme. It's a song, an early song called "A Song for Ireland," and I think we'll take a little moment and then listen to it now.